Hi everybody, my name is Katie Pearson. So happy to be practicing with you today. Let's come to our mat, find a comfortable seated position, whatever that looks like for your body. I'm going to take Sukhasana, easy seated pose. Always feels a little bit different every time I come into this place, but that's the practice, right? Just allowing yoga to meet us where we are. So don't try to change anything. Come as you are. Come as a peacemaker in your body, mind, and spirit today. I know that I tend toward being a peacekeeper in every walk of my life, just trying to keep things status quo, when really I want to be a peacemaker. I want to be someone who confronts whatever's happening and with the intention of allowing it to be transformed and doing my part in that process. So when it comes to our bodies today and our minds, let's be peacemakers. Let's be really honest about what's going on, and let's do what we can to be part of the transformation. Always, it begins with willingness over willpower. So as you sit, approach yourself and your practice softly, being willing to accept what is, and to move and breathe in such a way that allows for change to take place. It's simple, but it's not always easy. So join me in closing your eyes. Maybe take a few shoulder shrugs. Just be aware of what you are shouldering this morning. And then find your deepest breath. Nothing forced, but just that complete inhalation followed by a complete exhalation with a smooth transition in between. Just be there for a bit. We'll practice breathing. Allow your breath and the spirit of willingness to smooth out any rough edges this morning. Or if nothing else, to make them obvious, to reveal where they are so that you can work with them. If you are familiar with Ujjayi or victorious breath, then allow your breath to be just audible enough for you to monitor the quality and quantity of every inhale and exhale. Take 3 more rounds of deep, even breathing. As you get to the end point of that last exhale, just let your breath return to a natural, even cycle. Close your eyes once again. Maybe turn your palms up if they've been down and establish an intention for yourself this morning. So I'm suggesting becoming a peacemaker in your body, mind, and spirit versus just a peacekeeper. But this is your practice. So add to that. Maybe go a different direction, but set an intention for yourself, something personal to you. Good. And then let's begin with a little movement. So let's bring our arms out to the side, thumbs high, fingers spread wide. And go ahead and just pull back a little bit to open your heart. Exhale, create some resistance as you draw your hands toward one another, lower your chin. Inhale, open back, this time lifting your heart just a little bit. So let's practice matching breath with movement. Finding some freedom this morning in opening first the back of the heart and then the front of the heart. Just be here. Good, last time. As your palms touch lightly in front of you, pause to take a deep breath once again into that space between your shoulder blades. And then draw those prayer hands into your heart space. Thumbs low against the sternum, shoulders back and down. Take a deep inhale here. Interlace the fingers to the knuckle and then push palms out and away from you, then lift them high. That good morning stretch, or maybe it's afternoon for you. Go ahead and tip on over to one side, maybe looking up, take a breath. Good. Inhale, switch sides. Deep breath into that side body. Good, and then we'll release. Hands come behind, I'm gonna turn so that I'm fully on my mat. Fingertips facing forward, heart open. Pause here for just a moment. Settle in. I'm gonna go ahead and extend that right leg. Turn on that quadricep. Maybe even take your hand and feel that engagement. Take a couple of breaths there. Release, other side. Toes back, heart high, strong and steady. Good, foot down. Find that strong foundation through your hands to lift the hips. Reverse tabletop. Doesn't have to be to the full extension. Just find that place that meets you where you are right now, in this breath, in this moment. It will unfold from there. That's what it means to be a peacemaker. Listening to our bodies, following every cue to its end point, to where it takes us today. Let's extend the legs out. Maybe there's a softness in the knees as you find that length again in your spine, shoulders back and down. Let's bring our arms overhead. And then we'll exhale, slowly draping ourselves forward. So not forcing, we're not yet warm. Let's just explore our edges. Breathe here. Let's inhale up. We'll swing our legs around underneath us, coming into an all-fours position. Good. Let's just take those hips side to side. Feel the IT band in there. Two glutes. Good. Come center. Right leg back. First, just press back a little bit into that calf so toes are curled under. Nice. Then we'll lift that leg. Bring it on over and out to the side and set it down. Foot flat. You might not be able to see my foot, but the blade of my foot is flat. Let's cat-cow here a little bit. So lifting the heart, exhale, push the floor away, round. Move and breathe. Last time, find neutral spine. Let's walk our hands around to frame that extended leg. That back foot, left foot might move off the mat. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, round forward. Let's do that a few times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. around. Good. Let's walk it back around. Left foot comes back to the mat. Take the hands to the hips. We're going to come into gate pose. So I'll turn and face you. Stay right where you are. My right leg's outstretched. Left hand high. We'll come up and over the top again for a side bend. Breathe. Inhale high. Let's come back down to all fours and we'll switch sides. The left foot reaches back. Let's press into that calf muscle just a little bit. Good. Leg will lift. Be sure to tilt that pelvis just a little bit so you're really working the glute there. Then bring it on over and out to the side. Set it down, foot flat, cat-cow, extension, contraction. So making peace in our bodies requires effort. Coming to our mats to practice yoga requires effort. It's certainly a step in becoming a peacemaker. Not just pushing down any symptoms or ignoring them, but actually coming face to face with what's really going on and then working with it. Good, last time. Let's come up on to the knee, nice and straight with the spine. Lift that right arm, left leg out, side bend. Lots of breath, pour it on. Inhale high, let's come back to all fours. Good, take your knees wide, child's pose. Great toes touching, hips sink back, hands crawl forward, soften in, drop it. We've got 3 breaths here. Fan the fingers wide, bring those thighs parallel once again. We're gonna come into bear pose first. So your hips should be slightly in front of your knees. Shoulders just behind the wrists. Pick up those knees. Breathe, engaging our core. This is where it starts to feel a little bit sticky. We're gonna build a little heat, bring a little tapas, a refinement into our practice. Do the work. Step in. Okay, slowly as you can manage, lift the hips high, press the thigh bones back, and we'll come into down dog. Now here, whatever you need, you can walk it out, or pivot the heels right and left, or just be still. Heels sink back toward the mat. Let's draw our hearts forward, plank pose. You can be on your knees if you should. So this is a great place to be. Or you can be in full plank pose, breathing. Good, just to add a little core work here, we're gonna pick up that right heel again, doesn't need to be high. We're gonna take the foot off the mat, hovering above the floor, maybe touch down with the toes, and then pick it up and bring it midline. Other side, lift, off the mat, outside your comfort zone, pick it up and in. Let's do that 2 more times on each side. Just working glutes, working core. Waking things up, right? Shaking things up. It's one way to make peace. Seems a little counterintuitive. All right, hips high, down dog. High up on the tippy toes like a tin soldier with straight legs. Tiny steps to bring toes to wrists. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Opposite hand for opposite elbow, ragdoll, side to side. Breathing. Good, hands to shins, heart lifts, flat back monkey, exhale, bow. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift, exhale, bow. Inhale, lift. Pause here, arms out to the side, hips drop, airplane. Big breath in, firing those thighs. Left hand pivots down, right thigh bone presses back for the twist, spinal twist. Take a breath. Beautiful. Exhale back to airplane. Deep inhale here. Exhale, right fingertips. They just barely touch down. Left thigh press back. Reach high, breathe. Back to airplane. Good. Let's gather the hands at the heart center. We're gonna sink hips, pick up the chest for chair, right here. Good. Pick up that right heel. Let's work the feet. Press it down. Left heel. Press it down. Maybe both heels, or once again, just alternate. Let's hold the pose, but not the breath. Balanced chair. Good. As the heels sink back, heart and hands high. Good. Drop the hips a little bit more, and then we'll scrape the sky. Beautiful. Exhale, swan dive, knees bent forward, fold, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. I'm going to reach back with my right foot into a lunge, runner's lunge. Hips are sinking low. I'm just going to shift back and forth here, kind of a cat-cow lunge. So left toes peel back, and then I'm going to draw forward. Just get a little fluidity here, loosening things up. Good. Last time. As I rock forward, I'm going to reach forward, peel my chest off my thigh. Let's hold and breathe here in crescent. Just take a few breaths. Shoulders relax down away from the ears. That back knee it's beneficial for it to be soft, so the tailbone can soften down. A couple more breaths, no hurry. Good. Exhale, slowly bring the hands down inside left foot, because we're going to pivot to the long edge of the mat. Skandasana into that back leg. We're going to bring it around the front again. Reach that left leg back for plank. You can lower down halfway chaturanga or all the way to the belly, your choice. Cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Good. High up on the tippy toes, lots of baby steps. Toes to wrists. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow. Let's come right to chair pose. Hips down, heart and hands high. Sink the hips. Lift the gaze. One more breath. Good. Inhale, press up, scrape the sky. Let's close the pose with the heart. And we'll come right back to chair. So hands down, hips down, reach high. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's reach back now with that left foot. Good. We'll just rock back and forth here, loosening things up. So peel the right toes back. Rock it forward. Good. Keep breathing. Making peace, internal peace, requires effort as much as it requires the surrender. It requires the willingness to do the work and the willingness to back off. Come in, reach forward, rise high, sink in. Softness in that back knee, just breathe. Good. Exhale, hands down inside the right foot. We're turning to the opposite direction for Skandasana into the back leg. Drop in. Walk it back. Right leg extends. Your flow, or you can completely skip it. Downward facing dog. Let's breathe. Hips left and right. Press forward into the hands. Find that length in the side body. Good. Come center. Let's take that
right leg lifted high. We'll lead with the right. Bend the right knee, keeping the shoulders level. Let's draw the heel toward the back side of the body. Just take a couple of breaths. You can draw a circle with your knee if you like. Good. Then we'll extend that right leg. Set the foot down. Good. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, take it right back. Downward facing dog. 2 more times like that. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, back. 1 more time, just like that. Inhale. Good. And back, left leg high. Bend the knee. Maybe draw a circle. Good. Extend high, foot down. Forward into plank. Let's take the knees to the mat. Sink back, child's pose. So we'll take a few breaths here. Just kind of gather your thoughts, gather your energy, pull everything back in so that you can use it well, steward it wisely. Check in with your body. All right, take the hands over to the right from child's pose. Take a deep breath into the left side of the body. Pin that left hip back. Oh, exhale, come all the way across to the other side. Right hip back. Breathe into the rib cage. Good, come center. Let's curl our toes once again, lift our hips. This time let's lead with the left. Left leg straight up and back. Fire that glute. Left knee to nose, round the back. Take it up and back once again. Good, now we'll step it all the way through. Back right foot's gonna blade flat to the mat. We're gonna reach through those right fingertips. Cartwheel on up for our first Warrior Two. So we're gonna create just a simple sun salutation with Warrior Two and Reverse Warrior. And we'll go a little deeper with some longer holds and standing poses. Let's reach even more forward, find reverse. We've opened up that side body. Maybe even take that right forearm to the low back. Maybe even take your hand and spiral that left hip back and down so you can pull back and through, breathe. Okay, exhale, either flow or skip it. Slow and steady here. Don't hurry. Good, right leg rises. Knee to nose, round the back, take it high. Good. Step it through, blade flat. Reach forward now through the left hand, Warrior Two. Pause, breathe. Take a hand behind you. You can see it now on the camera. I'm just going to use the back of my hand to guide that right hip. Reach forward, pulling back with my left hand, reaching high with my right. Breathe. Good. Cartwheel to release. Flow or skip it. Rise high to the balls of the feet. You can walk, step, or maybe float. Top of the mat. Halfway lift for leg. Exhale back. Right into chair. Hips back, heart and hands high. Exhale, we drop deeper. Inhale, we lift back. Close the pose. Inhale, let's come back to chair. Bow. This time, halfway lift. Let's reach back with that right foot, drop it flat. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, flow. Pull it back. Rise high to the balls of the feet. Walk, hop, float. Top of the mat. Exhale, back. Chair pose. Exhale, sink deep. Inhale, rise high. close the pose. Strong and steady. Back to chair. And bow. Really fill your lungs and then empty your cup. Inhale, halfway lift. We're just reaching back with that left foot. Blade it flat. Cartwheel high. Exhale, sink. Reverse the warrior. Exhale, flow. One long exhale takes us down to the bottom. Inhale, heart opener takes us up, push back. One more time on each side. Top of the mat, whatever it takes to get there. Bow. Chair. Drop. Rise. Back to chair. You don't have to go all the way to the floor. Find your limits today. Inhale, halfway lift, right foot reaches back. Lay it flat. Ride the breath up, exhale, drop. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, flow. Good. Top of the mat, whatever it takes to get there. Take your time, no hurry. Bow. Chair. Sink. Rise. Extension. Pull in. Last time. Chair pose. Exhale, bow. Heart lifts. Left foot reaches back. Blade it flat. Warrior two. Reverse. Rest or flow. Downward facing dog. 5 breaths right here, or child's pose. Hit the mat if you should. Rest well. We can't make peace unless we know how to rest, know how to work and when to pull back. More full breath. On your next inhale, let's start with the left side again, because I want to face you and face the camera as we work. Lift the left leg high, stack the hip, bend the knee. Let's bring the left foot all the way through to the left wrist. Blade the back foot flat, but only at about a 45-degree angle. Maybe bump it up if you need to. We're coming into warrior one. Let's pause here and just find those airplane arms again. Load that left hip, pull it back and in toward the midline. Then on your next inhale, we'll rise. Virabhadrasana 1. Pause and breathe. Find your place in the pose. Let it unfold as you spend time there feeling every sensation. To the low back. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, humble. Knuckles reach for the sky, but the head drops low, breathing. Exhale, hands inside the left foot. We're going to walk it around for Skandasana. This time, let's go back and forth a couple times. So just rinsing out the hips. Come in. Maybe peeling the foot off the mat, dropping in low. Your choice. Let's do that one more time. And we'll walk it back around to the top of the mat for pyramid. So we're going to bump the back foot up and in. We've done a little hamstring work warming up. Square the hips, exhale, bow, breathing. I like to walk my hands forward, create little tents or spiders with my fingertips, and then pull that left hip back. Get a really nice stretch. Head is heavy, breathing. It's okay to let that front leg remain softly bent, whatever you need. 7 more breaths here, no hurry. Long exhale. Good. Let's pull the right knee to the left calf, right, for a Shiva squat. Balance here. We can keep the fingertips on the mat, or we can pull them up into the heart. Just pause, wherever you are today. Beautiful. Hands down. Right leg reaches back. Let's walk it around to the center of the mat. Take the hands to the thighs. Toes are out, slightly out. We're just going to dip one shoulder at a time. Kind of realign. Come to the other side. Nice work. Okay. Come center. Goddess. Palms high, shoulder blades moving toward the spine, but fingers reaching out. That dynamic tension creates stability and expansion. Close your eyes here, breathe. Gather your hands back at heart center. Let's take just a couple breath rounds to push away whatever is disrupting your peace, right? Face it, move it out. Peacekeepers ignore what is causing conflict and disruption. Peacemakers deal with it. So that's what we do on our mat. Good, hands at heart center. Star pose. We're gonna turn toward the back of the mat, right? Exhale, hands down. Let's find our flow or skip it. And we'll repeat that on the other side. So let's take the right leg high, open, stack the hips, bend the knee. Let's bring the right foot through, blade the back foot for warrior one, pausing for airplane. Pull that right hip in, find your strength, find your breath, find your stability. Then we'll slowly rise, settle in, softly in warrior pose. Good, hands clasp at the sacrum, heart rises, humble it out, knuckles high, head low, breathing. Legs have to be strong and steady. Good, hands come down inside the foot. Let's take it across, Skandasana. Your flow here, side to side. Feet can pivot. Maybe you want to pause for a couple of breaths on one side. Up to you. Just keep moving. Find your way through. One more time. We'll walk it all the way around to the top of the mat. Back of the mat, we're on back of the mat. Left foot's gonna bump in for pyramid. So shift the weight back, but walk those hands forward. Let your head be heavy. Keep that right knee soft so you can extend the crown of your head toward the top of that right foot. Seek length. As long as you like, or you can bring that left knee to right calf. Kiss the calf, stay here for strength in that right leg, or maybe pull the hands up to the heart, balance. Simple is not easy. If you're shaky, that's because your body's trying to find new pathways. It's seeking strength, and it will find it if you Keep practicing. Hands down, reach that leg back. Let's walk center as we did before. Hands onto the thighs once again. Rinse it out. Good. All right. And we'll come center. This time, as you find your place in the pose, let's once again, we'll take our hands to prayer, interlace the knuckles, press the palms out and up. So push high through the hands, sink low through the hips. And maybe we'll take just a little tip over to one side, breathe. Inhale, center, exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Let's reach high, 5-pointed star. Turn over that front leg. Exhale, let's take it down and flow. So we're gonna just move through that on the breath. One time each side. Slow and steady. Let's lead with the left. Inhale, left leg rises. Bend that knee, open the hips. Step it through. Arms out to the side like wings for warrior one, but ride the breath right on up. Exhale the hands to the tail. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, bow, humble. Take an inhale here to lift the knuckles high. Release the hands inside. Let's come right into Skandasana. Let's just do one time on each side. Come over and back and over and around. Back to the top of the mat. There's pyramid pose. Ooh, take a deep inhale and exhale here. Inhale pulls right knee to left calf. Hands on the mat, or you can pull them into the heart. Exhale, hands down. Right leg reaches back. Walk center. Let's come right up into goddess. Ooh, sit down. 5-pointed star. Turn to the back of the mat. Let's flow. Pull it back. Inhale, right leg high, stack the hips, bend the knees, step it through, warrior one. Arms out like wings. Inhale, high to the tail. Back bend. Exhale down, inhale, stay, lift the knuckles high. Hands come inside, let's go back and forth. One more time. Walk it through for pyramid, all the way around back to the mat. Exhale deeply into pyramid. Pause for a breath round. Inhale, left knee, right calf. Maybe pull it in for balance. Exhale, hands down. Left leg reaches back for the lunge. We'll walk it around. Right up into goddess. Star. Turn toward the top of the mat again. Let's take it down. Last flow. Hit the mat, child's pose. Maybe the knees are wide, maybe not. Maybe the forearms are stacked. Rest. Drop in. Of course, you can always hit pause on the video and stay as long as you like, but we're gonna carry on. Bringing the legs around in front of us. We've done a lot of dynamic hip work while we're moving, but now we'll hold it. So back to this position, fingertips facing forward, heart open. Right leg's gonna cross over left. Now you can, of course, flip over and practice pigeon here or any hip opener you like. But I'm gonna work here. So I'm gonna move my heart closer to my thigh as much as possible. So a little upper body work's happening here. Stretching my piriformis, right toes pulled back, flexed foot, breathing. You can also stay right here or collapse into fire log. This is a tough pose for me. I have tight hips. Or double pigeon and work here for the next 5 breaths, either way. Always have to remind myself to soften my jaw. Take the tongue to the roof of your mouth. If you're a clencher like me, that means I'm trying to keep the peace, not make the peace. Okay, let's take one intense east or incline plank before we switch sides. So legs long, toes pointed. Hips lift, breathe. Good, exhale down. You've got 10 breaths and a hip stretch. So flip over for traditional pigeon, or I'm gonna do 5 here and 5 in fire log. This is where I need to work. Breathing. Letting the pose morph and change. Don't get static. Be willing to let go. Fold in or stay where you are. Let's take one seated open A. So I like to face the long edge of my mat so my heels are on my mat, it's more comfortable. But let's start out by just interlacing the fingers to that first knuckle behind the head. Sit tall to open the heart. And let's tip. Let's go same side. Just go to your right. I believe this is your right. Breathing. Doesn't need to go deep to be effective. So we're just talking about lifting up long and just tilting to the side. Good. Inhale, center. Lift up through the crown. Root down through that opposite sit bone and breathe. So back of the legs are pressing down into the mat so the energy can rebound up and then spill over the top like a drinking fountain. It goes up and then falls off and over. Breathe. One more breath. Good. Inhale, center. Now we'll walk it out. Keep the back long as much as possible to start. Toes spiraling high, and then maybe round out as you get lower, breathing. Walk your way back on up. We're gonna come down for bridge. Maybe take that leg with you. So this is where we carry a lot of tension. Peacekeepers carry a lot of tension. In the traps, this is a release for the traps. So in your bridge position, maybe take knees to chest first. Let's do that. Getting down on our back. Feels really good. Oh. Okay, let's go a little further because this feels so good. Legs in chair, right? Reclining chair. Arms out to the side, brace, and just let your knees wash left and right a little bit. It's a strengthening pose. Deepen the low back, deep core. Okay, feet flat. Grab the outer edges of your mat. And as you lift slide your shoulders away from your ears, as you lift your hips, pull out. Move maybe the shoulder blades toward one another, but pull the mat apart. Engage. Pull, pull, pull. Keep breathing. Don't lose your breath. Exhale back to the mat. Good. Nice release for your traps. Feet high, legs in the air pose. Just breathe. Catch the right shin by folding the hands over the shin, interlacing the fingers. Left leg can hover above the mat, but we're going to curl our forehead in toward our knee, breathing. Relax the shoulders back as much as possible. Work from your abs. And then we'll soften everything to the mat. Take that right leg across for the twist. So shimmy onto the left side of the hip. Rather than pulling the knee to the floor, anchor that right shoulder, look right, close your eyes and breathe. Settle in. Let's inhale center, we'll switch sides. So let's start legs in the air again. Pull the toes back. Left knee folds in, right leg lowers, maybe hovering, breathe. You can always pause the video again before the end and do more core work. As much as you like or need. Any other postures too that you need to round out your practice. I need to wrap this up for the day, so we'll take another breath. Soften back to the mat. Shimmy to the right side of the pelvis for the twist. Notice any differences between left and right. Long exhale, complete surrender here. Let gravity support you. Unraveling. Trusting that you will not fall apart by allowing things to unravel that are robbing you of your peace. Let's take the knees high, square up. Any other postures, like I said, that you need before we come into final resting pose or Shavasana. So take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, close your eyes. I'm going to leave you here with a thank you and a namaste. Turn off the video and just let you practice peace. Be well, and really hope to see you in class sometime soon. Thanks again, everybody.